Math of ESP. Present Productions presents the Math of ESP. Why it works even if you don't believe in it. Kind of in the two-dimensional versus three-dimensional realm here. I talk about getting as much information as possible and how that makes a difference. I'm not talking about being paranoid here, okay? Being prepared is a better way of looking at it, okay? Very direct, obvious instance here. As a small kid, I got introduced to a very beautiful sailing trimaran, and I had a love affair for, I don't know, something like 12 years. Possibly a little longer than that. It was quite a fine piece of boat, and I wanted to sail around the world. Now, I wanted to sail solo, which means I had only me, and I would be thousands upon thousands of miles out to sea, where there is no such thing as pick up the cell phone, help, quick, get here in 5 minutes. Okay, it doesn't exist, okay? And especially not many moons of decades ago in my past when I was 11 years old, you know. 49 years ago, there was quite a bit of difference in what immediate help was depending on where you were in the world. And being out at the middle of the ocean definitely meant you might be there for weeks without anything. So, being prepared is knowing as much as you possibly can, which means including my sitting down and studying physiology enough to be able to perform a simple operation, possibly on myself. Not something I've ever had to do, and not something I really look forward to either, okay? You know, I'm not a masochist. I don't like stabbing myself. But if I have a torn and shredded arm or something like that, I better hope like heck I know how to put enough of it together to continue on, how to take care of it with antibiotics of whatever nature I have, which right now, by the way, is most often organic. Garlic is very easy to grow, and there is no place on the world that it's illegal. Elderberry is very nice. It's a very good antibiotic. I am not in any way discrediting that. But if I recall what I know about elderberry, it takes about 3 years for a bush to get old enough to start bearing fruit. So it's not something that's quick and easy to grow. Okay, garlic, you throw it in the ground, it's there. Oregano, I lost several plants this year. My green thumb went south, folks. I don't know. I have never in my life had as much trouble trying to keep plants alive. But, by the way, that's a sign of a lone wolf, by the way. I keep plants, not pets. It's very easy to leave a plant behind. Somebody might come along and take care of it. It's very hard to leave an animal behind, and it's very disgusting to people that do that. So I don't keep pets simply because I never know when I'm going to move on. Anyway, I'm saying it's a difference between being paranoid and prepared, okay? The paranoid person runs around at everything, okay? I guess I can say with some of the people that I am very familiar with their behavior over a long period of years is a couple of bipolar people. And I am very much aware of the kind of routine that they actually get into. Now, I don't want to know where the routine comes from, how it gets established, but they are you know, very likely to tell you that they are connected to big events places, but if you press them for any kind of data whatsoever, they can't even give you when the dates and times are in some cases. They're always, running away very quickly. I've got lots of friends, and then you go to their Facebook, and they've got, 6, 8, 10 friends, and that's it. I mean, I'm a lone wolf, and I've got something like, 200, 260 people that have connected up from all over the world. No disrespect to them. I mean, I'm the strange oddball character, but. You don't limit your input, and if you start limiting input, like the bipolar person does, only this can exist, or the religion, only this can exist. The extreme paranoid person, the flat Earth, only a flat Earth can exist. But they don't examine their own data, so they don't see the flaws in their own speech. This is very common to have happen now, and the reason being is very simple. We step all the way back across. Like I said, it's a very simple little mathematics that everything works by. What does the abusive person say? Shh, it's our secret. Okay, it's your secret. Flat Earth is a secret. Illuminati is a secret. Politics is a secret. Religion is a secret. Advertising moguls are a secret. Yeah, right. They all use the same thing. What catches you, what flashes, what pops, and how dare you think of that other product. If I can keep you to 2 products, I will. And yes, I use it too, folks. I marketed a couple of shirts the other day. I have a couple more that I'm working on. And yes, I literally, because I'm testing a new theory, it's nothing but a theory of, women's fashions. I mean, it's women's shirts. I don't keep a girlfriend, so I don't bother much with women's fashions. But I did go onto YouTube, chase down a bunch of different fashion shows, the high-end Milan, what a time to be dyslexic. Everything just dropped. Anyway, all those big bag, big name Gucci's and stuff like that over there in Europe and across the U.S. and stuff. The stuff that the women are, I guess, for lack of a better craving or desiring, supposedly. The outfits, okay. And looking to see what's there. And now I am taking that and I am creating a couple of my own lines of stuff that I can branch out in various directions with. So I am taking 2 variations at a time and putting them up, and I will see what kind of response it gets, what actually happens out of it. The shirts are on for sale, so if somebody wanted one, yes, they could actually go and chase it down and buy the shirt. There's nothing against that. But it's more of a marketing thing. And yeah, I'm using 2 items at a time. And I'm limiting the data so that I have that much less to work with. So if I have more data, I do challenge it. And this is kind of where I was talking about karma coming in from all over, okay? Everybody likes to worry about just chakras. Oh, you've got 7 chakras, 9 chakras, 13 chakras, okay? You have energy coming in from all over, okay? And when you understand the osmosis of being a part of the spiritual realm and literally having, I guess for lack of a better way of putting it, 1,000,000 points of light touching you, entering and flowing through you and going back out again, and forever carrying on this constant internet supply of data on the spiritual realm, you stop feeling so bad about the idea that you're here in a physical realm, and you have people telling you that you should only watch one show or this show or that show. Because what do when you start talking about 1 or 2 variations, okay? Like I said, I watch news, and I watch roughly about 100 different characteristics: emails, websites, blogs, news services, fanatics. You name it. I've got this whole assortment of picture that I look at, and it's by taking all of these different things into account that I'm able to figure out and see where things are going and what's happening. It was that easy to use that system and know that Trump was going to be elected. Why? Because all the press was about Trump. Good or bad did not make any difference. They had to talk Trump. They wanted everybody talking Trump. So they pumped it out there, hit it hard. Everywhere you looked, you saw something about Trump in 2015. 2016, wow, a miracle. He takes over the entire marketplace. Yeah, totally staged. Okay, what do? You limit Democrat or Republican, this person or that person. Evil one or evil two. I'm sorry, I choose something better, okay? In case you people forget, the International Space Station is real. 34 years in peace, not a single knife fight, not a single Mexican standoff, nobody throwing fists around up there. Totally in peace. Totally off the planet. Gotcha, good pun. But hey, it's a reality check. It actually happens. People work together. Humans work together. Different countries work together. So what do? They limit what is said. It's on the paranoid persons list. The flat earthers just love to pour all over NASA about NASA being fake. The fact that there's 15 countries involved and they cannot explain how you would have a conspiracy 15 layers thick without somebody seeing the holes in it. I mean, the whole, New World Order. You can see holes in it. You can see the manipulations and plotting of it even, because you just sit down and look at what's there and what's available. It leaves a pretty ruddy, huge track. So that's why I say, you need to stop and remember that at no point in time is anything naturally trying to limit the amount of input you have. You are the world's fastest computer. You take exactly the right amount of time to think anything over, because there's nothing wrong with stopping and thinking. And something like Watson from IBM is a machine that is hooked up to a bunch of pre-programmed memory cells. What does it have access to? This huge database. What's the database? It is data that somebody else decided to let it have. It can only conceive so far. It can only think so much. It cannot do original thinking because it probably doesn't know how to stick a banana in a banana. Let's see, a banana in what? It's Christmas Day, so think like a kid here. I don't know, a banana and a football. Slippery, slimy, and not quite what you intended it to do.